Hello and welcome to Cleaning Up History, where my goal is preservation of headstones and cemeteries while telling forgotten stories of the past. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I normally do story times in the cemetery, telling stories of the deceased individual while cleaning up their headstones and their final resting places. However, today is not going to be one of those videos. Today I'm going to be speaking about missing persons in our area. It's a follow-up on a video I did the other day on unidentified Jane Does found in our area. So, I apologize if you're just here for the story time, but I will get back to that in my next video. But today I'm going to be talking about missing persons in Campbell County. So I'm going to start with 5 individuals that are actually reported on the Name Us website. 4 of those are in Campbell County, and 1 is actually listed in Claiborne County. But the case was, he lived on the Campbell County-Claiborne County line, and the case was actually in Claiborne County. And I'm going to talk about his case as well. So the first 4 cases on the Name Us website, one of them being the case on Rhonda Daugherty. I'm not going to talk about her case because there was actually a trial and a conviction on Rhonda's murder, so I'm not going to talk about that case. I'm going to move on to the unsolved ones. Then we have a lady by the name of Nadine Eggers. I do not remember anything about this case at the time it happened. I don't remember any publicity surrounding her disappearance, and it's kind of odd. It's on the Name Us website without a photograph or any details regarding her disappearance. It basically states that she was last seen by her family in November of 2009, and that she may be driving a gray Dodge Intrepid. It's still an open case on the Name Us website, so I'm assuming that she has not been found as of yet. But there are no photographs or anything like that regarding Nadine's case or disappearance. So that one's a little odd. And the next case we have is Roman Keith Wright. There has been some publicity on Roman's disappearance. He was 42 years old, and he went missing in 2017. He lived on Bethlehem Road. He has a tattoo of a lady on his chest. And I'm going to stop here in just a second and share the flyers and photos of Mr. Wright so that you guys will be aware of what he looks like. But as of my knowledge, he's been missing since 2017, and they have not located him as of yet. The 4th case, the last one that's listed on the Name Us website in Campbell County, is David Burge. This is another case that I do not remember when it happened. David's been missing since 2001, and he was 21 years old at the time of his disappearance. He's listed on several databases for missing persons, and there's flyers and things like that. I just don't remember any publicity. I wasn't aware of his case until I was going through the Name Us website. He was missing from the Coolidge area of Campbell County, and one of the websites states that he was in some legal trouble for burglary or theft, and that he had recently missed a court date and there was a warrant out for his arrest. And it also states that there was a bounty hunter that was in charge of bringing him in, and he just disappeared. So I'm not sure of any other details about David, I will share the photographs of him. It states that all of his personal belongings, his wallet, keys, his pack of cigarettes that he left all those on the table at his grandmother's house, and he just disappeared. So I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to share photos and information regarding David Burge and his case. The fifth case I'd like to talk about is actually a Claiborne County case, but it was in Clairfield. So that's the Claiborne and Campbell County line. They border right there. And his happened to be on the Claiborne County side. But since it's so close to Campbell County, I'd like to mention his case as well. It's kind of odd. Tommy Gene Hatfield. He was 29 years old at the time of his disappearance in 1987. It states that he was wearing his camouflage hunting clothes, and he left wearing his hunting clothes, carrying a shotgun, and he went off hunting, and no one has seen him since. And there was extensive searches of the area, but they came up with nothing. I did come across an article that was a little confusing about Mr. Hatfield's case. It was an article that was written in 2014 by Gary Garrett, and it was written for the Clare Fork Community Institute. And I found that online, and if you do a search, you'll be able to find it. It's available on PDF, or you can just open it up in a browser and read it. It was the February 2014 edition of Clear Fork Community Institute. But anyway, in that, and I'm going to put it in the video as well, but it's a long article, so if you want to read the entire thing, you'll probably have to pause the video to read it. But in this article, it talks about all the different places that Mr. Hatfield could be, in the general area, and it does go on to say something about a body that was recovered, but that's the only place I can find mention of a body recovered, and it's questioning whether DNA evidence was DNA was taken from this body. As far as I can find, no body was recovered, but I may be missing something, I don't know, but that was a little confusing for me. But it is still an open case on the Name Us website, so I'm assuming that Mr. Hatfield has not been located yet. And again, this was in 1987 when he disappeared, and he was 29 years of age at the time. And I'm going to go ahead and put up the flyers and the article on Mr. Hatfield right now. And another case that I'd like to talk about, for some reason it's not on the Name Us website, but it has got some publicity from the Campbell County Sheriff's Department, along with the family sharing information, requesting help finding their missing loved one. And that is Adam Baird. He's missing it's actually from near my community where he went missing from. And he went missing in 2019, March 31st, 2019. And Adam's car was found on Big Four Road, but there's not been any signs of Adam whatsoever. So his family's been pleading for help. It's been on the local news, on WLAF. The sheriff's department has reached out via social media, and there is now a $4,000 reward in for any tips leading to Adam's whereabouts. So if anybody knows anything about Adam's disappearance, there is actually a confidential tip line you can call and remain confidential if you want to share information but don't want anyone to know who you are. You can call that number, or you can just contact the Campbell County Sheriff's Department directly, and I will leave both those numbers in the description below. And I'm going to share some of the flyers and photos of Adam. I know that his family deeply misses him. They're actively crying out on social media, for help finding Adam. So I know that they would really appreciate some closure in where Adam is. So I'm going to go ahead and share some of the flyers and information on Adam right now. In the last case I want to discuss, it's actually a fairly recent case. I think these boys have been missing a little over a month. It's the Hawkins brothers, Scotty and Tracy Hawkins. They left heading out to go ginseng hunting, and they parked their vehicle at the Holly Campbell Funeral Home. It's near the Anderson County line, and walked off into the woods to go ginseng hunting. Once they were reported missing, some of the hunters that hunt that area, they pulled their trail cams, and they did discover photos of the brothers on their trail cams, and they turned those over to police. And I'll share video from their trail cams on here as well. Their vehicle still sitting where they left it. It's been publicized. It's been on the Channel 10 News. It's been on WLAF. They've spread word on social media. But there's no sign of Tracy or Scotty Hawkins as of yet. And their mother's been pleading for help in locating her sons. So I'm going to post the photos of them right now, along with all the information that I have available. That's not all the missing persons from the county. There are some more. There's not a lot of information available about it. I think some of them may be drug related, and the law enforcement aren't able to release details regarding some of these disappearances. But that's the ones that I had some information on that I wanted to share with you guys and get the word out about these missing persons. Some of them, go as far back as the 80s. So I know that, the family would love to have some closure on where their loved ones are. So if any of you guys have any information regarding any of these cases, please reach out to the Campbell County Sheriff's Department and share that information with them, even if it's a anonymous tip. Just give them any information that you may have that may help them locate any of these individuals. And as always, I thank you guys for watching, and if you like the content of my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, and if you hit the little bell button beside it, you will be notified anytime I upload new videos. And in a few days, I'll be going back to my cleaning up history videos. So you guys that are here for the cleaning up history videos, I will be doing those again in a couple of days. So I appreciate all your subscriptions and shares and likes and comments. And I just want to say thank you. So I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.